Real shit, only fuck with them niggas I'm still with. I still with. If I'm in a fix, they bout some trill shit. For my rounds, I'll peel shit. Devise plans to get a meal ticket. With that attitude like we'll get it. Still busy, still with it. Looking over haters like they lil midgets. Nausea hopping around the night, camouflage like lil crickets. I got a problem with me having just a lil digits. From the city where niggas lie and kill and steal for riches. And I done been around and even met some trill bitches. Broads harder than these niggas real snitches. I never tell on the soul, that's cold, the real sickness. Love run deep, I won't speak with God as my witness. I never mix with fake niggas because it's bad for business. And when I eat off my plate, I eat off clean dishes. That's why I'm testing my fate, about to get on my mission. It's real over here, daddy, so won't you take a listen. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, my ride or die, my all the way down, nigga. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, my ride or die, my all the way down, nigga. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, my ride or die, my all the way down, nigga. My nigga, my nerve, my partner, my ward, and my round. My ace and my dog, you heard me?
Big ups to the fam. Shouts out to the team. Welcome to the Rounds Podcast. If it's your first time rocking with us, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. You've been rocking with us, then you know what it is. 4 rounds, mainstream news, pop culture, a little bit of family business. I'm your host, Ben Good. As always, got my rounds with me. Hatchback of the ENT, Cuzzo Rant, a.k.a. Who That?
Who that,
Shouts
baby?
out to that boy Cleve, you hear me? What's going on, man?
Shit. Happy Monday to you, bro.
Feeling good, baby, off a impeccable win, you heard me?
About to
One
say,
down,
bit
16 to go.
I wouldn't
for some than others.
I wouldn't call it impeccable, but I take it.
I know that's right.
Look, that bitch was peckable. It was peckable.
Hey, I appreciate that honesty, dog, because you know some nigga will play that bitch, but yeah, I'm sitting over here with the tight cheeks, man.
Well, look, I say impeccable because it was the biggest full quarter comeback in franchise history. And like, you know, how they tell us in sports, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. And we finished real strong.
And we a testament to that because we did not finish the way we started, brother.
Okay, let me. You guys both play sports. What is it about the momentum that changes the fucking? You know what I'm saying? Like in that moment, what is it? Is it jitters? Is it what is it that make motherfuckers just fold in those type of moments?
Man, it's a lot that go into that, dog. Like I feel like first of all, momentum is definitely a real thing. Some games you could actually see and feel the momentum swing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And it's like, for instance, I play wide receiver. It done been times where we in practice. You know what I'm saying? Nigga drop a ball, then all right, come on, man, get your head in the game. Somebody else drop a ball. Then all of a sudden we got the fucking dropsies. Nobody can't catch shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it'd be like you start pressing too hard and start thinking too much. You know what I'm saying? So now with professional athletes, I can't really speak to that because I ain't never played nothing professionally. But I just think sometimes the moment could really get too big for some people. And with Atlanta, to go to our game, you know what I'm saying? They have a history of blowing leads. So somewhere in the back of your mind, that shit start to creep in.
So let me ask you this. It's not the same team, though. A lot of those people on the Atlanta team are gone. Julio, Matt Ryan, all of those people who was on the Falcons team with these big blunders.
Just the nature of the beast, right?
But what is it about the Atlanta Falcons that they can't keep their foot on the gas, or they can't keep their foot on the Tiger's neck?
I think it's culture. Like, for instance, Detroit, it ain't the same motherfuckers there from years ago, and they still garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't really answer that, but I just feel like it ain't the same individuals, but it's the same building. That comeback vibe just...
That's a new building. That's a brand new Mercedes-Benz. That's a brand new state. That bitch bad in the motherfucker too.
Well, it started at the top though, dog. Now,
so it's off the blank.
but that's what I'm about to say. Now we think Arthur Blank is one who about winning, so forth and so on.
Hey, Damia.
Some owners not like that, as if i.e. the owner from the Dolphins. So I would think that kind of helps set the culture, like Ren talking about. But at the end of the day, dog, you get in that locker room, you get accustomed to fucking losing. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, it just is what it is. And as far as pressure situations, man, look, you either got it or you don't, bro. Everybody ain't got it.
You think it has a lot to do with lack of preparation and readiness?
Not for some, but not all. You know what I'm saying? I take a guy like James Harden. I think you're a baller, but I just think mentally you're not strong enough for the moment. It always overwhelms you. You never. I think some people be afraid to fail. You know what I'm saying? So you don't give the maximum effort. Mm-hmm.
You know why I'm doing this? Because look, if I would have said that, Ren, about James Harden, y'all would have been on my ass.
Not y'all. Who
I'm
is
glad.
y'all?
I'm glad y'all said it. No, y'all be advocating for James Harden.
Nah, I'm
Yeah,
the Harden fan on here.
I'm
Though.
not a fan of
Listen,
Harden at
I'm
all.
a realist
listen,
when it
I
comes
never
to
I never
Harden.
been a fan of James Harden. I'm a basketball fan, and I appreciate his skills. I respect his skill set. I got to give him that. He got everything. I'm just saying, as a
Except
person,
this.
yeah, as a person, skill set aside, as a person, I think he kind of a chump. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no dog like, you know what I'm saying, to where his fortitude takes over. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think
you
that
could
has
bluff
something
him
to
out
do
of
with
some
the
shit.
maturity level too. Like, no, ain't nothing wrong with the nightlife and all that, but when you don't necessarily have family, children, those type of responsibilities, you be a little bit more loose with the way you do stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're not as responsible in the moment as, to me, a Steph Curry who had a little bit more responsibility. You know what I'm saying? That's just normally what I see. A LeBron James, you know what I'm saying? Who's
I don't.
committed to something.
I mean, Kyrie don't have a family. Young
Yes,
Kobe didn't.
Kyrie do.
He didn't have a.
Uh,
He has a family now, but I'm saying just look at Kobe. Look at them other guys. They didn't particularly have like.
But
I
dog,
could I
James
could
Harden
agree
in the
that it
league
makes
damn
you.
near 15 years. You know what
I
I'm
could
saying?
agree. I could agree
Like,
that people who are more, uh,
yeah,
family
well,
orientated, have a stable foundation. They don't be in those type of situations.
yeah, they're not
But,
loose.
but how
But
much does that translate to the game, though? Is what I'm saying.
but look, I'm saying like
Mental
you cannot
toughness,
have a
bro.
family and be loose. I'm thinking of a nigga like LT. I don't know if he had a family or not. This
He was loose
motherfucker
in
used
the
to
bitch.
snort coke,
And
fucking his hookers and
Mike,
everything. But
Michael
game
Irvin,
time,
Michael
he ready.
Irvin, Nate Newton.
I just think some people,
All
and
these workers have families, though. You know what I'm saying?
it's kind of cliche, but I just think some people really possess that clutch gene. Some people want it in that big moment. You know what I'm saying? Like the thought of failure don't even creep into their mind. Like
Right.
I'm about to make this
Yeah,
shot. Ain't
I'm about
no,
to hit. I'm about to hit this field goal right quick. Right.
but man, get it popping, cause you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, give me y'all top 4 surprises from the weekend. Opening week, a lot of upsets. Talk to me.
Surprises.
Yeah. Takeaways, don't
Yeah.
matter.
What, top four things you noticed. Top four
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Okay, well I started off first. I'm gonna say the first thing I noticed that Patrick Mahomes is still that dude.
He's
You
still
know
that
what I'm saying?
motherfucking dude.
I know a lot of people was wondering about how their offense gonna look without Tariq Hill.
Hmm.
I think the questions have been answered. Them
Right.
Thank
motherfuckers
you.
look like a well-oiled machine.
Hey, he in my fantasy too. I got him as my fantasy
Oh,
quarterback.
you looking
34
good.
points. You heard
So
me?
you won this week.
Oh yeah. Oh, I want big. I want big.
um, Another thing that I'm gonna say stood out to me, you know, a takeaway because I don't want to say surprises because some of the shit I ain't surprised about, but the way Green Bay looked without Devontae Adams. And I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Hey,
Green
you
Bay
one of,
always start off getting their ass whipped though.
but look, you one of the first people who made me start to look at Aaron Rodgers differently. I don't even know if you remember this conversation, but it was like a few years back. You was like, that motherfucker do all that in the regular season, but he on like he a
Yeah.
stat, and I'm like. And I was on the other side. I was like, nah, nigga, you tripping. That's Aaron
Right?
Rodgers. He
I
a
remember.
bad
I
man, this
remember.
and that. And ever since that conversation, dog, I've been looking at this dude differently. And I'm not saying it was his fault by no stretch of the imagination, but I just think their team look a lot different, and I'm not sold on them. I actually picked Minnesota to win that game, but I didn't think they was gonna only put up 7.
Like they give Rodgers a lot of credit, like he a winner, but he ain't really won shit.
Right.
I think honestly, to kind of parallel, I think he kind of like a James Harden type of dude. Even though he have a championship, the reason I say that because his regular season stats pale in
Hmm.
when you put him side by side with his postseason stats, it leave a lot to be desired.
People
Yes,
And
say that
sir.
about Peyton Manning at maybe year 14, 15. Because remember, he he was always winning 12, 15 games, right? Couldn't get past Minnesota. I mean, couldn't get past New England. Oh, he'll win, couldn't get past the Chargers. Then when he get to his first Super Bowl, right? The Saints whip his ass. No, no.
that
Did
was the
they beat,
second
no, they
one, I
beat
think.
Chicago. I think they
Yeah,
beat
they beat
Chicago in the
Chicago the
first.
first
Yeah,
time.
they beat Chicago. But he still had the same thing. But he was still younger. I think Aaron Rodgers is on his way out. This, to be honest, this may be his farewell tour.
I
I
think
mean, I think Peyton Manning a good comparison to him, like because if you remember when Peyton was in the league, the debate was like who the best out of him and Brady, and I was one who would say that Peyton is the best, was better than Brady because of the way he used to manage the offense and this and that, this and that. But
Brady
Mhm.
that's
had more
only
balls.
regular season. Postseason, that's not even a debate. That's not even a competition.
I
You
think
know what
really
I'm
and
saying?
truly, dog, like they the equivalent as far as mentally knowing how to diagnose shit and coming to the line and getting the offense into the right play. I just think he had more balls. Like Peyton Manning, you overthink it. Sometimes you could be too smart. You processing so much, it's like overload. I think that happened to our coach a lot. Sometimes, man, like a McVay, you just got to know how to put your feet down and go. Sometimes you could overthink it. I think that was Peyton Manning problem a lot too. You're
Well, see,
processing too much.
but Peyton Manning, he would always come out and get the pre-snap look. Okay, whatever he got look at pre-snap.
Right.
If it was, what I'm saying, if it was a run and they in the box, okay, I'm there's an opportunity for me to make a pass play. So I'll switch it or I'll make like I'm switching it. You know what I'm saying? Play the cat and mouse game. He was good at that. And I do agree that sometimes he overdid it. But again, when we in the playoffs, we ain't playing the motherfucking Texans, right? We ain't playing,
And
we
that's
playing
the
the best of the
problem.
best.
You trying to play cat and mouse with Belichick, and
Right.
now
It's
you
not
you know what I'm saying?
right.
Man,
It's
just
not
go
gonna work.
with it. But drop them jewels, man.
Right. So what else, Ren? You said Green Bay.
Um, Okay, I said the Chiefs, Green Bay. I know everybody probably tired of hearing about this storyline. Shouts out to everybody in the chats. Thanks for rocking with us. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You heard me. Number 3, I'm gonna say them motherfucking Cowboys. It's kind of like a solar eclipse because it ain't too
Trash.
often.
Trash.
It ain't too often that I actually be wanting them to win. But since they was playing a division opponent, I was kind of rooting for them, if you won't call it that. But
Mhm.
them motherfuckers did just kind of what I've come to know them to do. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because me living out here, man, I heard all year about
Them
this
boys. How
our
about them
year.
boys? Them boys.
We
Them
had the
boys.
number one offense last year. Now with defense with Micah Parsons and Trayvon Diggs, we ready. You know what I'm saying?
Did
I
they
think
call
every
his
fan
name
base
last
fit,
night?
huh?
Did they call his name last night?
Micah
Trey,
Parsons.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
he
he had
got
two
2
sacks.
sacks.
Okay.
Back to
Trayvon
back
Diggs didn't
series.
do
Back to
shit.
back series. Third down, boom. Next series, third down, boom.
To be honest, their defense handled their business. I think
Right.
the offense dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to Big Cleve earlier, and me and him don't agree too often, but I definitely agree with him on this one. I just think Dak Prescott is highly overrated. You know what I'm saying? I done heard people saying top 6, top 7. He ain't even in my top 15. You know what I'm saying? And I do think he a decent quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But just the pedestal they try to put him on is I think is a bit lofty. and he out right now. I think he broke his thumb or something. So,
Right. He
in the
done
words of every
6 weeks
Cowboys fan, after week 1, next year gonna be y'all year because it
right
damn sure ain't
next
this year. And my final takeaway, honestly, come on, man, y'all know what it is. Who that nation, baby?
year.
We stood up, went to ATL, put foot to ass in the fourth quarter. We basically spotted Atlanta 16 points. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do anything of note in the first 3 quarters of the game. And just knowing our team and they team, I felt like we had them right where we wanted them.
Right.
If we was playing any other NFL team, I think we probably would have lost. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
don't know, bro, because them dudes was dialed in, dude. Like they were coming down. I'm talking about 18 yards, 20 yards, 18 yards, 40 yards, touchdown. Next series, same shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they were just, I think they was just locked in, dude. And
I mean,
hard,
yesterday was
hard
kind
to
of a
fight
day
that.
for comebacks. Like they had a lot of teams that had nice sized leads in the first half,
Hmm.
and they either came back and lost. Well, they let the other team come back and lost or tie them. You know what I'm saying? But I just thought it was a hell of a game for us. You know what I'm saying? I like the resiliency and fight that the team showed, and me being a Jameis fan since before he came to the Saints when he was in college.
Right.
That's what he did in college a lot. He led a
Was a
lot of
winner,
full
man.
quarter
Was a
comebacks.
winner.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my main takeaway. The biggest takeaway overall is we got the dub, you know what I'm saying? Looking pretty good. Looking better than 49ers right now. James looking better than Trey right now. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right
like
now.
the way things are trending right now. I
Okay.
notice I keep saying that right now.
Right now. Yeah, yeah. Look, we can only live in right now, you see. But
Hey,
I'm gonna say uh the Steelers jumping all over Cincinnati, that was a surprise. With Cincinnati coming off the Super Bowl, they got a hell of an offense. Their defense is pretty good. They got a bunch of playmakers. Joe Burrow had 3 interceptions. They was on his ass yesterday. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not as high on Cincinnati as a lot of other people, dog. I just don't think they're gonna be able to repeat their success from last year.
Um, I think they have the tools to do it. Um, you just got to play the game. You know, run the ball. Let Joe Mixon carry the weight. Don't try to make this the Joe Burrow thing and make him throw for, you know what I'm saying, 300-400 yards every fucking game, even though you got one of the best receivers in the game.
I thought they
Oh,
fixed their line though.
no, they fixing it. It ain't fixed. it ain't.
It's a
It ain't.
work in progress.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. But it's week one. They had some injuries. It was still a good game. They're gonna meet again. So towards the end of the season, that should be a good game to watch. Um, I I ain't gonna say it surprised me. It kind of surprised me. Well, anyway, uh, Tom Brady didn't have any fucking training camp, even though he in year what 18, 19, 21, whatever,
23.
23.
23.
I don't really
God damn.
I don't really think he needs a training camp, but you want to get a rhythm and a rapport with some of your new receivers like Julio Jones and these rookies, and they didn't come out and really execute much. Leonard Fournette had a pretty decent game. He went over 100 yards. That would kind of carried them. Dallas didn't have no offensive coming back towards them, so it was a pretty much an easy wash for the Buccaneers on the road. Uh, I think Dak Prescott he's not the problem. He is a problem because they don't have the type of weapons around him. Zeke is shot. The tight end Schultz, he's trash. CD Lamb is a number 2, maybe a number 3 receiver. They shouldn't have never got rid of the real number
Cooper.
1 in Amari Cooper. So I think they shot themselves in the foot with that one. And they gonna suffer for it. I don't see Dallas winning no more than 5-6 games. Right. CD Lamb is just okay. So that's number 2. Number 3, Miami. Tua Tagovailoa threw you know what I'm saying, had some nice passing to Tyreek. He made an immediate impact. Him and what's the other guy name? Oh shit.
Waddle.
Waddle. You feel me? They got a high powered offense
Well, they
down there.
got some speed on the
You know what I'm
outside.
saying? Uh
All
I just
around,
know.
most of the 4-3 running back.
Yeah. Y'all should have kept Mostert. I ain't gonna say nothing else but that dude. Um, but he didn't really have no impact in the game yesterday. He on my fantasy team. The motherfucker had 3 points. But Miami do look like they're gonna be all right. And my final thing, I say Lamar Jackson. Somebody said it earlier, like when we talked about who's our MVP. Um, and I didn't really think about him, but yeah, the game is so easy to him now. I'm just looking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like he back in fucking Kentucky. I mean Louisville, you know what I'm saying? Like just the way he move and his whole posture playing the game. The shit don't look stressful to him at all. You know what I'm saying? He's in a contract year. I think he turned down what 270.
Yeah, I don't like how they keep putting that out there because if you notice how they framing it, they saying he turned down more money than Russell Wilson. Well,
But
that's not
the only
necessarily a counterpart to him. You know what I'm saying?
but even
Yeah,
even
Russ
if
ain't set the
though,
market.
what okay the dollar signs, they not saying the contract though. They talking about just the dollar signs. We ain't talking about the contract. That wasn't a good contract for him based on the numbers that he has performed and his peers. You know what I'm saying? Pat Mahomes is his fucking peer, not
Yeah,
Right.
goddamn Russell
Know what
Wilson.
I'm
Russell
saying?
Wilson 10 years his senior.
he
You know?
he looking at Mahomes' contract. He looking at Deshaun Watson
Right,
contract.
right, right.
That's the framework I'm trying to fit within. If I'm him,
Yeah,
you
that's
know
what
what I'm
we
saying?
starting at.
Right. That's exactly. And we talking about somewhere between 43, 47 million a season. You feel me? So I know he gonna get it. He gonna throw for a lot of touchdowns. He gonna run for a lot of touchdowns. He probably gonna be the league MVP. Um, and I
I
hope he
hope
do
so.
get that money. I
I
hope he
hope
get
so.
that money. I hope he do too.
Well, my full takeaways, we talking players. AJ Brown, Eagles, 13 targets, 10 receptions, 155 yards. That boy balling. Think the
Motherfucker big,
Eagles
man.
gonna be a problem? Yes, dog. He old nigga a monster. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
Anquan Bolden ass motherfucker.
Then we going with JJ out of Minnesota. Might be the
Yeah, he
best
balled.
down receiver in the league in the NFC. He the best something, but that boy the truth.
Yeah, he nice. LSU, you know what it is.
After that, Saquon is back.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That boy look damn
Or
good.
running tough. He was running hard.
And in the loss, I'm gonna take our strong safety, Huff. Nigga had 11 tackles, 9 solo, and an interception. The
That's
only bright
balling.
spot we damn near had on the team on defense. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's
So
that's balling right there.
he
As
being
safety.
mentored by he being mentored by your boy, Palomalu. That's his partner. You hear me?
Okay.
So
That's
he
a
out there
damn
looking
good
like a little
mentor.
something. Yeah, like bruh, looking real good. So hopefully Jimmy Ward come back. We'll have something working out. You know what I'm saying? But
I think Pete
that's
Warner
mine
had like
though.
12 tackles too.
Yeah, I think
I
11.
like. I was telling them on the chat. I like that white boy, number 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was balling.
Hey,
Yeah, I
he
like
got
him.
he gonna have to get a little low when he running up against fucking Patterson though, because he got ran over at the goal line. I love the
Uh,
effort, but boy, get your ass down, boy.
how you feeling, cuz, after that tough loss, y'all? I know y'all team predicated on the
Bro,
run, and
I'm
with the
feeling
running
real
back,
good, cuz honestly, I ain't trying to cut you, but look, I'm feeling good.
Yeah,
Everybody's
yeah.
trying to indict Trey Lance. It wasn't really about Trey Lance, dog. At the end of the day, need him to clean up the penalties. And we got to run that ball. You know what I'm saying? Running back went down, kind of changed the dynamic for us. But I think we're gonna be all right, bro. Like we started off rough last year. I don't think we're gonna start off that bad this year. But at the end of the day, we ain't really losing no sleep. Finish the game, clean up the penalties. You'll be
Right.
all right.
Okay, quick question before we switch it up. How
What
you
you got?
guys think about the officiating?
I think it was spotty week one to say the least.
What you say, Ren? Because I know that I wrote down 5 specific instances
in
that
the
I
Saints game.
reviewed. Yes, indeed.
Oh yeah, I thought it was some bad calls, but honestly, dog, the way my mind is trained with sports is don't put it in the hands of the officials. If you let the ref win the game or lose the game for you, you probably ain't do enough.
Okay.
Now,
The personal foul on Warner when they say it was a targeting hit when he wrapped the guy up, right, and brought him to the ground. It was a very hard hit. It wasn't helmet to helmet. It wasn't a blindside hit. That gave them They was off the field. That was third down. They was going off the field, right? That put them in another scoring position to go head up and go up on us, right? Then it had one they called a fucking goddamn
Hat.
yeah
We basically playing on a damn splash pad. Motherfucking Justin Fields
yeah
slipped out
yeah
of bounds.
yeah
I slip out of bounds and touch you. They call 15. I ain't hit you. I slipped too.
right.
Out of bounds. 15. Multiple times. So, bro, I'm feeling it, dog. Like,
I thought your boy fumbled in our game, and they didn't call it a fumble. And one of the plays, now I don't know what the rule is on this,
The
but
spiking,
we spiking the ball and they call intentional grounding.
right?
Motherfucker,
What the
I
fuck
am
is that?
intentionally
At
grounded.
the end of the game,
Yeah, that one that was a head scratcher for me,
I'm
dog.
like,
Like,
I don't know what that's all about. I don't
week
get that.
one, bro. Gotta
And
work them
and
kinks out.
and then the Marshawn Lattimore at the end of the game.
well, he slammed the nigga to the ground. I ain't really got a problem with that one. I think he got to be smarter in that moment.
Yeah, but the game was over. Then they come back. Oh no, he called timeout, and then they put 10 seconds on the clock. What the fuck is your? It's like they just kept trying. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just so much shit that, you know what I'm saying. Like, the ref, get the fuck out the way. Let you know what I'm saying. I don't like the refs getting in too much in the game.
Hey, before you hit that bell, cuz, let me highlight at a few people. Shouts out to Big Chief Juju, Ralph Rowland, uh, Damia. I said it right?
Yes, you
Damien,
did.
yeah.
Hoo. You know I'm feeling good after the win, baby.
Who that,
You
baby?
heard me? Of course, Miss Felton. Thank y'all for rocking with us. You heard me? G-Mine, E Diddy. What's good with y'all, baby?
Yes, sir. Influence versus capital, fellas. Influence versus capital. One
Man.
one might think, you know, if you got enough
that's-
influence, you're getting some capital. You know what I'm saying? But talk to me about it.
Or if
You got
it
enough
really looks
capital,
like
you
these
got some
days,
influence.
that's what I'm saying. The people with the capital have the most influence. You can look at, you know, just say a person like, and I'm not picking on anybody. I'm not, you know, any of that. I'm just using the example
Man,
for
fuck that. Pick on that
situation.
motherfucker.
No, because I know in the past we got, you know, especially the ladies. They say I don't fuck with the women. They say I hate bitches and all kind of shit. But I'm just using it as an example. Kim Kardashian, right?
Man.
Kim Kardashian has a lot of influence, but I don't think there's no substance to what she has to make it influence. She doesn't have like no slick philosophy or no pointers that she can give a motherfucker to do nothing. It's just the bitch rich and you know her, so well I'm gonna ride with her.
I mean, I definitely that's an interesting choice you chose because I do think she have a certain level of influence. Now I would say she do have some capital behind that influence, but this is what I always tell my kids, you know what I'm saying? Because they big into the TikTok and this and that, and they'll come tell me, hey, I got 50,000 followers, a million likes or some shit like that. And I always be like, well, see how many of them you could get $1 from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because to have that's when you could move the needle. To me, that's when it's influence. When you could push the dollars in a certain direction, that's when it's actual influence. If you ask me, living in a capitalistic society, you always got to go with the capital first. Because once you gain enough capital, the influence is pretty much automatically. If you got enough money, you can make shit move. You know what I'm saying? You could have 1 million followers and really can't do shit
Can't
with
do
it.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? But if you got $1 million, you could do some shit.
I looked on Instagram last night. DC Young Fly got 11.4 million followers. That's fucking crazy. I don't know if that a lot of that is, you know, bots and, you know,
Mm-hmm.
shit, you know, sometimes you buy some of that shit, but just to say he got that much so-called influence, he doesn't have a lot of capital. Like he's not using that to push the needle as far as, you know,
But that's what I was about to say. I would like to see motherfucker really marry the two. And I guess to a certain degree they are for some people.
50 Cent.
But I would like to see him do it and marry it in a way that's going to be beneficial more for us as a collective. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's instituting some sort of programs and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be done. You know, if you kind of plot it up or whatever. But I would like to see it. You know, more of a marriage of the shit.
Well, um, I mean, throughout this whole social media fucking evolution, we seen how people doing it. YouTubers, right? Talk about Jake Paul and all of these so-called influencers who they making a lot of fucking money, dude, off of just, you know what I'm saying, they word what they doing, how they, you know what I'm saying, like
Oh yeah.
these are unknown guys who have no industry experience, or they didn't make money doing nothing else, and you know what I'm saying, through their influence of 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 their niche group, their society, they're able to generate a lot of money.
You know who I would say is a person, and I'm not even necessarily a fan of the person, but I'm a fan of what they have been able to accomplish with like a niche group. Fucking Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? Like he got a small group of people that buy his shit. You know what I'm saying? And they fuck with him faithfully, and he's been able to build an empire off of it. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? The social media thing to me is kind of tricky because obviously you can gain money and fame and notoriety off of social media. We see it done all the time. But I think by us seeing it being done, it kind of tricks people into aspiring to that. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, if I could get so many followers, I'm made. I'm good. I'm this. I'm that. Like, I mean, like I said, dog, my son got a lot of followers on TikTok. He go to the mall, motherfucker running up to him, won't take pictures. I'm like, nigga, who is you? You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I remember about 5, 6 years ago. Fuck, it could have been a little longer, but anyway, Judy Dopart, fucking Big Booty Judy, whatever her name is. She was doing all the kaleidoscope hair drops and shit like that, and she was going from influencer to influencer. Michael Blackiston, she had him do a skit. She went to fuck with them girls in Atlanta. They did a skit or whatever, and her brand just kind of fucking leapfrogged a whole lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And it translated into dollars for her. You know what I'm saying? She doing fucking damn goddamn good. You know, financially, whatever, when it comes to that. But I think some people know how to give a call to action. You know what I'm saying? The influence, it ain't really all about entertainment. The influence is about getting in front of
Yeah, you
people,
better rally. Yeah, you
having
rally
a
that group.
product or a service or something, and putting out that call to action and having their followers actually do something. You know what I mean?
Somebody from the crib who I think does an excellent job of that, and I want to give her a shout out, Super Cent. You know what I'm saying? I would love to get her on the show. So if y'all know it,
Right.
tell her I'm looking for her. You hear me? But
Same umbrella too.
I think she actually uses her influence to do positive things in the community, and she's
Yeah.
also used that influence to generate dollars for herself. I think
Mhm.
she broke some type of record with the crayon box makeup thing or whatever.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
But
Fucking
that's
Black
what I'm
Friday,
that's what I'm
motherfucker
trying
sold
to
a
speak
million.
to though, cuz marry that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like get your bread. Ain't nobody tripping off that. But once you start getting your bread, figure out a way to, you know what I'm saying, set up some shit for the community.
I think
Then
she have a healthy balance, like, cause and not so much now, but in the beginning she used to put a lot of, I don't even say skits, but just a lot of shit where she would be talking our shit or whatever and entertaining. But then when it's like some real shit going on in the community, she's able to rally people to make a to influence some type of change or something to affect the situation. And like I said, also she able to get bread out of it. So to me, that would be the ideal of how to twerk it.
Right. I mean, if you're
like
gonna put
that.
one on a scale and say what holds more weight than the other, I mean, shit, it depends on who the person is because $10 in your hand may be $100 in somebody else's hand. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what they do with it. And then they ask, okay, $1 million or a dinner with Kanye, $1 million or a dinner with Jay-Z, which one would you pick? I
Shit, give
mean,
me the $1 million.
yeah, a dinner with Jay-Z probably wouldn't do shit for me because I mean, based on his history and how he worked with everybody else, that nigga ain't gonna got you. I think he trying to rape motherfuckers as far as their talents. He trying to procure your shit.
And
So
say, dog, but
what would
with
that
that
do
one,
for
it
you?
really just depend on like how gun ho you are about, I guess, what it is you're doing, and how confident you are about the shit. Because even though you may feel you might come out on the short end of the stick, it still may be more beneficial for you to take the meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
A
teach
bird
me
in the
how to
hand, a
fish.
bird in the hand, a bird in the hand.
I understand bird in hand, bird in bush. You also understand giving fish and teaching how to fish. So it just depends on what parable you want to go with.
Yeah, I mean that to me that was all that was like and I think that was a little minute ago they had that discussion on social media and it pop up again and shit like
Mhm.
that. But I think
Shit,
it's
Rent.
if, if
They had a question the other day. $1 trillion or a conversation with Jesus.
man, give me the trillion.
Oh, come on now. Hey, don't throw out the
Look,
misbeliefs.
Hey,
Give
Ren,
me
hey, I'm gonna need that trillion, my boy.
dog.
I
Look,
need that trillion.
before
Look, I've been trying to
I
look.
I
just was
I've
take
been
that
being
in
trying to talk to
courteous
installments, you
and
Jesus.
heard
let
me?
you finish.
I've been
But
trying to
once you
talk to
said
Jesus.
1 trillion,
Yeah,
whatever else it is, give me the trillion,
cause
nigga.
look,
Like,
I've been trying to talk to Jesus for years.
yeah,
Shit, boy,
like,
you get that money, he might come holler at you personally.
yeah,
He gonna
for
want
real,
he gonna
nigga.
want them
Shit.
time. He gonna want them.
Man, look,
He gonna want them time.
Yeah, you get $1 trillion. You
my
holler at
boy,
him, that boy gonna want his 10%.
Yeah, what my cut? Yeah,
Nah, I can't do it. Give me the trillion.
yeah, I need that.
That's an unfathomable. I can't even say it. That's so much money I can't even
Unfathomable.
fucking say it. An
oh goodness.
unfathomable amount. You heard me?
But check this out though. In 2022, we think of $1 million. Is $1 million still a lot of money?
Yeah, it's a lot to me.
Look,
But is
like you
it?
said, it had to depend on who hand is in, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
If you ask, who we was just talking about? Lamar Jackson is $1 million a lot of money? Fuck no, I'm trying to get a lot more than that. But to
Yeah.
me, hey, a set meal right here, straight cash on me. Oh yeah, that's a lot. I
It's
could do
going
some things.
down, huh?
I could move some fucking mountains with that.
Okay. I asked that because I know a lot of new millionaires who came up on some money fairly swift uh, and showed me the math, and I'm looking at it. It's really about the consistency of how they acquired it rather than, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, really? $2,000 a week for this long? That's really not a lot of money. But
But
Not yeah.
but
When you
again,
understand it,
it's on your plan with the money. Like $1 million, some motherfuckers could get $1 million and be broke in a year, and some motherfuckers could get $1 million and in a year that same million is 10 or 15 million. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but I'm saying, like years ago, man, I want $1 million, $1 million.
seemed like a
Okay,
daunting task.
right, $1 million today is it really that much money?
You know what? I had the numbers because I don't know. I know you remember, cuz, but we had a debate with Lil Cleve about where most African Americans, black people, or however
Millionaires
y'all
come
want
from.
to term it, gain their wealth. And he was on the sports shit. And then I looked up the numbers of how many black millionaires there are, and it's impossible for the majority of them to come through sports. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? To your point, $1 million now, it has a lot less buying power than it did, say, for instance, in the 80s. But
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? It's still, you still can stretch that motherfucker. You still can do some shit. You can move around. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, give me the capital, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Fuck,
bro.
to get back to the original thing, give me the fucking capital.
And on that note, you
Need
did.
that trillion, my boy.
Yeah, look,
Need
I'm gonna
that trillion.
bang it. And to me, kind of along the same lines, you know what I'm saying? Spinning it but keeping it in the warehouse, image control. How perception affects the bottom line, you know what I'm saying? We all living in cancel culture, so we understand like the ramifications of doing certain shit. Uh, so image control, bro. Talk to me.
Dude, that's as as a melanated American man from Louisiana, you can call it Black American, whatever the fuck you want to talk. I'm talking about me. I feel that our image has kept us from going to the next level socially, and um, some of it has been by our doing, but a
Say,
lot of it
bro,
has.
what image of us are you speaking on specifically?
Okay, I'm speaking of um, especially guys from the South, where I'm coming from. Okay, if they're gonna stereotype me as a man from New Orleans, right? I'm loud, I'm angry, I'm violent. Uh, I don't I don't have any respect for any women. I don't take care of my children. I'm not good with
So
business. I'm
look,
not good with
what would
money.
fall into like the ghetto hood. Okay, all right,
Right, right.
got you.
And that assumption, or uh, that picture that was painted, with our face on it, that could be that's so far from the truth. You know what I'm saying? And it has affected me personally, fuck, every day of my life since I was, 16, 17. Not really knowing it, but you walk through the door, if you don't if you don't say nothing, your image is going to say everything. You know what I'm saying? And people going to fill in the blanks what they want to think. And I think that has held us out of a lot of business deals. It held us socially. I I read a couple years ago, they said that in the dating market, black males are the least desirable. And I'm like, who the fuck they asking?
Right.
Because in my experience, nigga did pretty fucking well. You know what I'm saying? Based on the rest of the crowd. But I'm talking about the narrative that they're saying. You know what I'm saying? Just like, GQ magazine has the, you know, uh, most sexiest man on earth, right? Sexiest man in the world. And you see Jerry Clooney on the motherfucker. And you see Matthew McConaughey on the motherfucker. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, who the fuck is they asking?
But that's like the westernized standard of beauty. You know what I'm saying? Like that, the image that they try to portray. For us and for people in general, I feel like images is definitely important. Obviously, it's gonna dictate how others interact with you and shit like that. But it's kind of like tricky because we could see people carefully cultivate an image on social media, and then
Mhm.
motherfucker be like, "Oh, he ain't really like that. Why you putting on for social media?" But could that be that I'm trying to create this image to kind of control my narrative, to kind of influence how I'm being dealt with? You know what I'm saying?
I could
And
Hey,
respect.
right.
I could respect that. Um, if it's a in a genuine place to where you really putting out the best stuff for you, but all this capping and all that bullshit, like, that don't really help the image.
But like with the image, we all know is levels and layers to the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, ultimately, you being judged in some form or fashion. But again, all us being who we are and what we look like, we gonna be judged a certain way depending on how we looking at the time and where we at.
Right.
All us having the type of hair we have, so forth and so on. Now, if you see the same guy a little younger with that type of hair, you know what I'm saying? Different, you know, different shit pop into your head. What I think need to change
But why?
is
But why? But why?
I'm about to tell you because it's not it's the imaging, but it's what it's what's associated with the image, and as far as what you see the image doing.
The
I know,
activity,
bear with me, dog.
the
Right.
activity associated with the image. I get
So
that.
if you would show said image doing different shit over time, it'll change the perception of said image. But long as you keep seeing it doing the same shit, you
But
associate it with that shit.
let me ask you. But let me ask you this: what about the false imaging, right? That's that's being driven, the narrative that's being driven, and when you say the shit you seeing, right? Is it necessarily what you're physically seeing for yourself, or what's being put in front of you?
That
It's
go back
both.
to the programming. You know what I'm
But
saying? It's
I
certain
would challenge
images
us
and
to put out
ideas.
your own imaging and content to change the narrative. They're not gonna do it. That's why you got to do it yourself. Whether ultimately it's starting at home. You know what I'm saying? But if we talking about TV shows and all of this shit, we need to make better content. Those of us who are in that position. You know what I'm saying? Instead of making the same shit.
Um, even with not as far as the TV shows and shit. And I get what you're saying. You don't have to be in the same roles. You know what I'm saying? The fucking thug gangster shit and
Yeah, you
following
could
the
be a
same path.
professional, whatever. Yeah,
Right. Um, but I'm
you
just
ain't gotta
talking
wear
about.
the dress.
But I'm just talking. You ain't got the work. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we
But
were
that's
talking
that.
about
But
Tyler
look.
Perry. I wanted to ask y'all that too.
But
Like,
that's
but
that's that influence I'm talking about versus capital. They put that dress on. They are influenced to put that dress on to get the capital. You see what I'm saying? All of the guys who so called made it in the entertainment industry, there are all pictures, video, shit of them in compromising positions, like Ari Spears. Did you
just saw
seen
the
the little
shit.
clip? You seen the little clip of Ari Spears laying on
Yeah, and the thong. That's all right. With the dude
kissing the
kissing
motherfucker
on
in
her.
the mouth?
And I'm gonna plead the fifth on that, Juju. I don't know what you're talking about, baby.
That's what I'm saying. What you in the dry stitching for, Big Chief? Hey, Ren, we got caught. We used to be bad. We used to be no boy.
Nah, I mean, we that's college days. He talking about, you heard me,
Look,
but
as young men exploring the world and learning themselves and finding out what they can and can't do is not a crime. Go ahead on and handle your fucking business. Just
but
just you know,
but
just
in
take care of
in
yourself.
this day and age, dog, I feel like kind of like what Cuz was saying. We have to, and not even putting it on the gatekeepers and the Hollywood society and all that. At this now, we could create our own content. We could create our own platforms. We could
Uh-huh.
project more of the images that we would like to see. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people are doing that. I think when we talk about mainstream, it's kind of like cookie cutter. You're gonna see a lot of the same shit. You're gonna hear a lot of the same shit, and that's definitely for a reason to
So
perpetuate those stereotypes.
right. Not only just perpetuate stereotypes. What a lot of people fail to realize is that Hollywood and a lot of these Western establishments who put out media, these motherfuckers have no real understanding of what we're doing. Like they don't know at all. So whatever looks good or sound good, like the first thing, they running with it, whether it's right or wrong. They don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You did y'all see the movie with I think T.I. was in the shit. It was about Louisiana when the dude from the Tupac movie, he was in that. And this was like not too long ago, man. I'm just listening to the dialect. I'm just listening to them motherfuckers down there fighting raccoons and shit.
I kind of felt like I remember this, and the shit was totally off base for a
Totally
person who
fucked
was
up.
really from there. Like y'all portrayed the shit
Absolutely.
totally wrong. I
Yeah.
kind of remember that one.
I think Wesley Snipes was in the movie. He was the daddy, and he lived out in the boondocks or whatever. It was just a bunch of shit. And what I'm saying is, you can tell it was not written by one of us.
But I mean, I think so. What would be an accurate depiction of melanated people? Because I ask that because I feel like we so vast on the spectrum. Like it's a
There is no accurate picture dudes from Mississippi
Thank you.
don't hang around like we do. People from Texas, people from California. Everybody got their own community, their own swag. You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm saying?
say the most accurate depiction is that we people, dog. We ain't, you
But
know what I'm
okay,
saying?
but to kind of play the advocate, you know what I'm saying? Um,
The devil.
so if if we shooting a movie from Louisiana, well, by that logic, wherever the setting is of the movie, then that means the cast has to be predominantly from that area. But
Not
No,
not
that
not
just
not
means you
really.
have to
I
capture the
think
essence of the
right.
area.
I think that the writing, I think that the authenticity of it should represent the people in the area. I don't necessarily mean that everybody have to be from New Orleans, but
Exactly. If you're a
you can't
good
get a
actor,
motherfucker from Shreveport
you could pick
writing
up the
fucking
dialect. You know what
nah.
I'm saying?
but look, I say that because if, I know y'all remember The Wire. Like a lot of the actors in there, now they did have dude from the crib in that, but a lot of the like little side actors, they were actually real people from Baltimore. So I don't have to, because it's kind of hard to mimic a New Orleans accent. You know what I'm saying? Like either you got it, or even if you saying the words, I like if you get a dude from New Orleans to write the script and it's wine was down with it, baby, whoop de woo, you can say those words, but to us, our ears, nah, nigga, that ain't it. You hear me?
Listen,
So
uh, what is her name? Played in Regina King. Regina King was in The Harder They Fall, right? With Idris Elba. It was the Western movie. It was shot in Chalmette at the celebrations. What is it? Imagination Station, right? So, in order to be prepared for that role, she was talking as a Southern girl from Louisiana. I think she's from the West Coast. She stood down there for like 8 months, just talking to people, just being around and you know what I'm saying, communing with people and listening to how they say baby. Just because they say baby, when do they say it? Why do they say it? How do they say it? You know what I'm saying? What's the feeling behind it? I think they don't do enough, actual fucking with the people when they trying to do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? They just say, "Oh, I think it'll be nice to shoot in New Orleans."
but see, I think okay, so it's a lot that go into that because when you cast when you see get the script and you go to casting for the script, you kind of you're looking for people who fit the images of these characters. And now the dialect may not necessarily be focused on as much as the look of that you're trying to get for the characters. You
But
know what
if
I'm
you if you
saying?
if you're gonna talk about capturing anything when it comes to us, the dialogue is very fucking important. Dialogue is very important when it comes to us.
I
Because
mean,
that's
not
usually what
just
give it
us
away.
though.
Where you from? Just by the way we talk.
But look,
You know what
not
I'm saying?
just us, because I think when you go to these different pockets and different areas in the country, like everybody have their different little shit that they
Slang,
say.
yeah,
You know what I'm
specific
saying?
thing.
Like so, um, for instance, and just because I use the Y, I'm gonna say that the way they say two, we don't say
True.
two like that.
True. They say
Yeah,
true.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? So if you
You.
ain't
Hey,
if I was to go, let's say I was to go there, you know what I'm saying, and I got the role and I gotta say the two like
the
y'all say the
two.
two, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A motherfucker from Baltimore, I could stay there for 8 months, but a motherfucker who really talk like that gonna be like, man, he ain't from here. You see what I'm
Hey,
saying?
It
have
depends on how good you get the shit though, Ren. Like I
no,
feel you, but
you ain't gonna be able to get that
some
because
motherfuckers could
listen,
get it down, bro.
they be doing like skibbity cubity, like they have a whole a whole fucking language. This Baltimore shit. That
Yeah.
shit crazy as hell.
They'll give you a coach. Yeah. They'll give you a coach, depending on the
I
budget.
don't I don't think my lips could. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, damn.
And I think our accent like that too, dog. Like a lot of the shit we say and the way we say it and the way we sound, it's hard to mimic. Like you could get close,
Because
you could say it, but
you
it
don't know where it's coming from.
to that trained New Orleans ear, I just feel like I'm a no. Nah, that nigga ain't from no Ninth Ward. That nigga ain't from Uptown. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just different. But I do agree with y'all that the especially the people who writing the scripts and putting the dialogue into the scripts, they definitely should have some type of basis in the area that they're trying to portray.
Right. But what I was really talking about when I said image, movies is part of it, but the other media, the newspapers, the news, you know what I'm saying, just everyday life, the shit that people put out, that's not on the silver screen of of our image, or just say the image of black women, you know what I'm saying, which has changed over the last 10 years, in my opinion. Um, I think the black woman had a nice facelift socially, um, but it now it's been they really plucking the black woman from the black family. You know what I'm saying?
Again, for
Really,
me,
bro.
I
They
feel like
plucking
it's
a
on
black
us.
family.
I feel like it's on us, the individuals, to put them images out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like you said, newspaper and the news, like, to be honest, that ain't my sources where I get information from. Like, to me, those are outdated mediums. So now
It's
it was
still
kind
but I'm saying it's still an established enough medium that the majority of the people still respect it, whether it's right or wrong, whether it's fading, whether it's dying. Still at this time, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers still think that their word is valid.
no, but look, that's what I'm saying. Like, with the with the growth and popularity of social media, we are more in control of our image now than at any other time in history. So what are you sharing? What are you putting out there? You know what I'm saying? Like, individually. And then it spreads out to a collective. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? If we still sharing the fight videos and the shooting videos and we still entertained by that, then how can we be offended when others feel as though that's what entertains us?
I mean, to a certain degree, it is what entertains us. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, righteousness over ratchetness, right? And I'm saying it, and I'm honest about it. But does that mean that I don't fuck with ratchet shit at all?
Right.
No.
Mm-mm.
And look, I'm gonna give a shout out to my dog Juju, even though he tried to put me on blast, but dog, he be and you too had dog, y'all be putting me on some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know if I go to either of y'all pages, it's gonna be informative. Now,
Right.
you might have some bullshit mixed in, but that's not the overwhelming majority of what I'm gonna get from y'all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I try to I try to associate with people, even though that's through social media. I try to associate. I want my feed to be full of that type of shit.
Right.
Like, I
More
don't want to see
positive,
I don't
uplifting
want to see
shit.
that much ratchetness. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right. I just I don't know, man. I think we gonna always have an element of that, especially because they target our youngsters. You know what I'm saying? It's not really us, our age demographic that they're attacking with this wild mentality. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Oh, got them young. You know it.
so I don't know, man. I don't have an answer for that.
Well, you got answers, bro. But I mean, it's so layered. You know what I'm saying? Because we all didn't come. Say some pretty good suggestions, ideas. You know what I'm saying? Just off the imaging alone, and putting out better content and being available at your home because that's where it starts. So
I think older niggas need to dress better. Stop with all the, you know what I'm saying? Niggas trying to dress like they was dressing when they was in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? With you know, the throwback jerseys with the fucking Jordans with the hat to the back. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying nothing is, you dig? But I think there's a certain
you
respect
shouldn't
called.
come to the wedding with that on, though.
I mean,
Shouldn't come to the funeral with that on.
well, I got invited to be in somebody's wedding, and he's buying all his groomsmen Jordans. That's what we wearing for the wedding, Jordans.
If that what he want to do, cool. But me as a man coming to a wedding at my age,
Oh no, no, no,
you
no,
know
no.
what I'm saying? That what I'm talking about. Or going to the funeral
And
at
yeah,
my age with the
that's what I'm
baseball
saying.
cap and the
Not
bro.
enough of us are maturing to the fact that we are changing our images as men. You know what I'm saying? Like we still looked at as niggas or dudes. You see what I'm saying? Like you ain't really respected as a man for the most part. And
But and I'm gonna just ask this: would if everybody changed how? Well, not everybody, but if we changed how we dress, would that change how we're looked at? And the reason I asked that is because back in the Gap, when they was having the civil rights movement and everything like that, everybody was suited and booted, and they was still treated like niggas. So
but they wasn't looked at like that. They were looked at as a threat. That's why they was attacked and persecuted the way that they was. They knew their strength. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they came down so hard. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, you can look at it like all of those videos that you seen of them guys. You didn't see them guys in no motherfucking Timbs and wife beaters and shit. Everybody had on, you know what I'm saying, looking respectable like they cared about, you know what I'm saying, what their shit was.
yeah,
I
I
would say
mean, the
project the
way you
image you want.
receive when
You
you
know what
walk
I'm saying?
into somewhere and how you dress. Like if I go somewhere like this, I might get a hey, how you doing? But if I go in with the suit and this and that, I'm addressed differently. They don't know who this guy is. He looked like he
Absolutely.
owns something.
Absolutely.
Project the
Absolutely.
image you want, bro.
Absolutely.
Stop projecting the
They are
dumb shit.
they are not asking you, are you lost?
Right.
Yeah. They're
No.
asking you, can I help you?
Yeah,
Can
you getting service.
right. Can I help you get to where you going? You know?
One more, bro. Well, yeah, probably.
It does-
Family structure. Family structure, right? Promoting it through media. That's what we talking about.
Oh,
Which
over the
tied back
last
into the
over the
last
last
round, but
over the last 10 or 15 years, you look at commercials, right? You look at advertisements, you look at, you know,
mm-hmm.
print magazines or whatever, and you're looking at families. The idea or the image of families has changed drastically,
Mm-hmm.
right? Especially when it comes to us. Uh, I know one thing now, and I wrote it down. I was driving from Louisiana all the way to Katy, Texas, and I seen maybe about 25 billboards throughout the cities. And everyone that had a black female on it was sitting next to a white male. That's the family that they're trying to promote.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Had on TV, what I see, if the black man is doing well,
You
he's
got a
gonna
white
be
woman.
with something outside. He's
Yeah,
not gonna be with a black woman, and
right,
vice versa. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
Just on a heterosexual level, leaving
Hmm.
all the other shit. So yeah, and that's what they portray on damn near every show I watch, unless it's just for us. You know what I'm saying? And then you still might have it, but for the most part, you'll see blacks together. You know what I'm saying?
And that kicks off the conversations with the, you know, women wanting a high value man and this and that, and they're gonna date outside of their race because you know niggas don't make $100,000 and all of this shit, and you know black men cheat and beat their women and all this other nonsense that they saying, you know. Um, I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about well established women, right? Who's saying this? Well established women are not saying there's an issue with black men. You don't see that. You see the bitches that work in the deli, you know, saying they want to.
Man, don't offend no deli workers. I
Not,
like my
not,
turkey. You hear
not,
me? No, I'm just fucking
not,
with you.
not offending nobody who work in the deli. My mama worked in the deli for years. You feel me? I'm saying if you work in the deli, why you can't fuck with the nigga that work at the fucking mechanic shop? Why he ain't good enough?
But I was about to say too, nigga need to understand the difference between value and motherfucker who make a lot of money. That's two different things. That's kind of been lumped into one because of that statement.
Right.
But me having high values don't necessarily have nothing to do with my bank account. That's my moral compass to me.
But
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
remember when Ronique was on the show, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
asked what was the value of a man? What did they come back and say?
Well, in that instance, you talking about the Jetta interview. To me, I interpreted that as what was the perception, and she was speaking to the perception, which was the
And that's
bread.
what we speak, and that's what we speaking to the perception right now. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
which was the
And we ain't
bread.
taking it personally. It's the bread.
Yeah.
So if that's the only value a man have is bread in his family, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And dog, dog. That's why, like for me, and you know me, dog, I'm about to lump it. Man, we got to do better. If all I'm looked at is I'm a fucking walking wallet, and all you supposed to be good for is some pussy, because you got to have that wet and that wooty in
yeah.
order to get these fucking dollars. What the fuck is we really doing? You know
But
what I'm
if,
saying?
if if I'm walking around with $100K in my pocket, I ain't checking for the bitch at the deli. I
Well,
don't
I don't know, because
I
motherfucker like
don't want the
Deshaun
bitch at the
Watson,
deli.
look, motherfucker like Deshaun Watson is fucking trying to get the back page, bitch. So
But that's disposable.
people got
Back
different
pay.
fetishes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, even with that, cuz like he not looking to build with them.
No,
You know what I'm saying? He
that's
just looking to,
temporary. The
yeah, that's
fix,
just like entertainment purposes.
right,
And to me, like what I
Regardless.
see, I don't watch a lot of TV, but when I do, especially on commercials, it's so noticeable to me. Kind of like what Hat was saying. Like if they show a family, if it's a black man, either he with a white woman or he with a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I see.
right,
Like and it's becoming more and more noticeable. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, that go back to the programming and what they're trying to promote as acceptable. Are they trying to create a norm for us, and we just feed into it? You know what I'm
right.
saying? So it's a tricky game they play. You know what I'm saying? And I think motherfucker fall for the trick bag too
Every
easy and too much.
every too often, and that's why I don't like getting to the conversations of he said she said, well, bitches ain't shit and niggas ain't shit. Listen, like out of 10 people, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody ain't gonna be 100 and solid, you know what I'm saying? But let's be honest on who we choosing and why we choosing them. You know what I'm saying? We having situationships trying to turn them into relationships, right? And then babies be born, and then now I don't want to fuck. I ain't
Right.
really like this bitch
And
like
the
this.
thing
Stick
about
around
the
and raise
baby,
no family with this bitch.
I ain't saying that the black woman haven't brought some of the shit on herself, right? But the imaging don't help a nigga or a black man really respect them, because all they see is the
Yeah, wait,
the
wait, wait,
other
wait,
shit.
wait.
No,
Yeah,
but the white or the light skin or the foreign Brazilian. So
they
it's
don't.
fuck the
Yeah,
so
they
fuck
don't.
the
They
black
don't.
woman. You see
Yeah,
what I'm saying? I don't even
they don't
see
put their
her.
shit out. Yeah, they don't put their shit out to where, you know what I'm saying? Well, if you talk to a lot of, okay, I have some Hispanic friends, right? Mexicans and goddamn, Latino, fucking, Dominican Republic or whatever. They heavy over here in Katy. And all the men, they'd say, you don't want no fucking Dominican woman. Them bitches stupid. They talk too goddamn much. They violent. They like to do this. They do that. They, you know what I'm saying? They cheat and all that. But they don't blast that out. That's between them because they know that's not every woman. That's just, you know, you
Hmm.
that's just how it is. Why is it that we feel so comfortable tearing down our women and they feel so comfortable trying to humble or emasculate us? Like what is that all about?
Because we
Like
make
a
it
show
trendy.
love and respect.
We make it trendy, like, you know what I'm saying, with the city girls up one, city boys up, you know what I'm saying, that type of shit. Like, I see a lot of men versus women type of shit, and I really don't get it because
That shit retarded.
as a black man, we shouldn't look at a black woman as our competition. You know what I'm saying? If anything, that should be our allies. That's our
But
counterparts.
but in this capitalistic society, they have become our competition to a certain degree as far as getting money because a lot of the jobs, when we talk about this in the past, a lot of the jobs and opportunities that men were exclusively men or that we had, they're they're now being uh, portioned up and they're given to other people. Like I got about 10 friends, female friends, that's truck drivers, bro. They driving trucks. and they picking niggas up, calling them lot lizards, and doing what they want, and dropping them off, and
Baby,
it's
good for the
crazy.
goose, baby.
It's crazy. You said my partner told me that Indian women are gold diggers, and they will marry one because it's his right. Exactly. But they don't get that picture painted of them. You know what I'm saying? You don't really see white men complaining about how stupid white women is and that what they don't do and all of this other shit. So do we think white women are perfect? I mean,
I mean, I don't really think about them, but I just think like we got to do a better job of keeping our dirty laundry in house. You know what I'm saying? And not and not making these broad statements. You know what I'm saying? Like black men is this, black women are that. You know what I'm saying? Like no, maybe the women you dealt with who just happen to be black may fit
But first, we
that
got to
picture
get a
you
house
paint.
too, Ren. Like we saying, keep the business in house, but we don't really got a house because motherfuckers all for self. You see what I'm saying? So
but
they don't feel like they ain't out no.
what
You see what I'm
but
saying?
good. But think about this though. I keep it in house if we in the house, right? A lot of these situations where you hear these women talking all of this shit, bitch, we wasn't had no relationship. We had relations, right?
Mm-hmm.
We, look how we met. Look what we was doing. Like, how you want to really base and build anything about? Like, it was just fun. Like, be realistic and accept that. You know what I'm saying? Like. I think today, especially people that's in dating age and running around and clubbing and all of this shit, they are so unrealistic about where they are, right? They go out, they get drunk, they do this, they meet people. How do you think that, like, what respect and you know what I'm saying? Like, how much do you want a man to be loyal to you when he met you with your fucking, you know what I'm saying? Ass cheeks out, this, that, and the third, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all hooked up and like if he go to the same club, like it's gonna be a bunch of them like that. Like, why should like what is it about you that's supposed to hold him to you if that's all you got to offer, or or is that what you're offering?
But she may feel like, but this is what attracted you. You see what I'm saying? So just like you saying I could go find another you, she feel like I could go find another you. Like if I put my
And,
ass cheeks out, I'm
and that's
gonna
cool.
attract you.
And that's cool. But what I'm saying is, why can't we be honest about that? About who we are, what we want, what we there for when we dealing with people. Like, why you gotta make a motherfucker lie to you when you know what's happening?
Cause that shit sound good.
Yeah.
People would rather feel good even if it's under false pretenses. You know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
Feel good
I
about
agree.
themselves, feel good about their situation. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you could meet said female under these circumstances. You know what it is. You could
Right.
even verbally state what it is. But if that's going on for a certain amount of time, then everything you said is out the window. Like I have this other perception of what this is gonna be or what this is gonna turn into.
Mhm. Yeah, but I mean, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me two times, I mean, I can't be fooled again, or whatever the fuck George Bush
Fool
said.
me 3 times, you're just a damn fool.
Right.
Say, dog, look, to bring it back to the original shit, I just hope they start putting out some more shows like the Wonder Years, the black version, where you see the strong black father, mother, brother, sister, good family nucleus. I like the blackish. We need more shows like that, you know what I'm saying? Just family orientated shit, showing us together doing positive shit. You feel
Um,
me?
Unfortunately, I think those are going to be fewer and further in between. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I don't think
Especially
it's about that's like we got to witness that golden age of TV where they had shows promoting higher education, promoting the black family together, this and that, this and that. Like I don't think it's going that's about to come back around. Not saying it can't, but I just don't expect that to happen.
I do. I don't think it's going to be on the big screen, but we got a lot of black. Well, I won't even say black. We got a lot of American writers and people. You know, Kugler. We got Key and
Ain't
Peele. We got a bunch of guys who's not. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Paramount Pictures. It's not Miramax. It's not none of those shit. But there's other platforms
It still
that
got
they
it
can
still
get them
got the
out.
reach though.
Right.
Yeah,
You know
bro.
what I'm saying? So I mean, I I don't watch much TV, but the shows that I do watch, you know what I'm saying? Like The Fresh Prince. I'm waiting for that shit to come back on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Will. Slap a motherfucker. Anyway, it's a great production. I love the optics. I love the family structure. Even with the problems and the situations that they're going through, it's still you know what I'm saying? It shows
It's real.
a real foundation. You know what I'm saying? And we need more shit like that.
Last one, fellas. We real swift, bro. We coming into week 2. You know what I'm saying? Give me y'all predictions. Y'all ain't, a couple teams you might like. Tell me what y'all think gonna happen with y'all in the Bucks, right? Tampa Bay. Y'all got Tampa.
Yeah, we got Tampa Bay. I expect us to keep having a number like we've been having a number.
Hey, that ass up.
Uh, Expecting us to clean up some of the sloppy shit from week 1. Um, Other
Look.
things.
I could do this for y'all because I'm looking at the shit. I could call out the team. Just tell me who y'all think gonna win.
There we go. I
Okay.
like that. I like
We
Man,
that.
got the Seahawks. We got the Niners.
Seahawks.
I haven't seen the Seahawks.
They play
Uh,
tonight against Denver, so check them
yeah,
out.
I'm saying I know that because I got a fantasy guy, Lockett. He playing it.
Wait. Where y'all playing? Where they playing at?
I think
Uh,
they're playing in
we should
Seattle,
be
huh?
playing. We playing in Frisco, I think, because it's a
Okay.
3 o'clock game. So I think we
Yeah.
at home.
I'm gonna roll with y'all. I think y'all could bounce back week 2. That should be a good game to get y'all get back on track.
Like I said, I didn't see the Chicago game. I watched the highlights, so I can't. I didn't see Trey under fire, and I didn't see Seattle play yet. So I mean, I ain't really got nothing to look on
But
to make
Geno
an
Smith
honest.
starting. I mean,
Gino has always been a good quarterback in a bad situation. There's no way they would have really let him take over for Russ if he didn't have shit. I mean, I think Gino gonna be all right.
I think they tanking.
Chargers or the Chiefs?
I
Ooh,
gotta
that's gonna be the game of the week.
I gotta roll
Yeah,
with
that's 7:15 Thursday. That's the Thursday night game.
I gotta roll with the fucking Chiefs on this because I need Pat Mahomes to have some more points. But I think the Chargers
Man,
is a better
see
team.
you with this fantasy shit. Um, Man, bro, them two teams played. They've been playing each other close lately. That's definitely one I'm gonna watch. Where they
I'll take
playing
the
at?
Chargers.
That's the AFC Championship game, in my opinion.
Um, I'm a roll with the Chiefs. Shout out to my dog, the
Yeah, I'm going
Muffins. You
Chiefs.
heard me?
I'm going Chiefs too.
Colts and the Jags.
Coach Matt Ryan. He gonna tear the Jaguar asses up. They ain't got shit down there. They're gonna be the first pick of the draft.
Um, Jags played Washington pretty tough yesterday. I'm a roll
Washington,
with y'all on that though. I'm gonna go with the Colts.
I'll take the Jags. Commanders and the Lions.
Redskin.
I'm gonna go with the Lions.
Okay.
Did the
Uh,
Lions beat Philly yesterday?
Lost by
Nah,
3. Like they wanted them, they be right there in the game, but can't never get over the hump. You know what I'm saying?
Plus,
I'm gonna go with the Commanders too, though.
the Commanders got
Hell of a
some
defense. They
injuries
just
on
need
their
a
defensive
quarterback.
line. Like, you know,
Dolphins and Ravens.
ooh.
that's gonna be a good one too.
Last year I would have said the Ravens, like just hands down. I'm still going with Lamar. Fuck that.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Lamar too.
Dolphins. Jets, Brown.
Browns.
Cleveland bounced back.
I'm with
Cleveland won.
y'all.
Oh yeah, they won. They won. They won.
Man, but the Panthers surprised me, dog. Panthers are the Giants.
Giants.
I say the Giants because I didn't know Sterling Shepard is still playing fucking football, bro.
Yes, sir.
This is crazy. This Sterling Shepard was in LSU in 2012 some fucking time, huh?
I didn't even know he
Yo,
went to LSU.
Yeah. He was a receiver. Actually, he was a quarterback.
okay. The
But yeah,
Pat.
No, you think about Russell Shepard.
No, I'm talking about Sterling Shepard.
He played. We gonna have to look that one up. I ain't sure about
Yeah.
that one.
Number
The
3.
Pats and the Steelers.
Steelers.
Yeah, I don't know what Pittsburgh got. I don't like their quarterback situation.
Falcons and Rams. I like Pittsburgh though. They pretty good.
The
Yeah,
Rams gonna
Falcons
kick
and
the shit
Rams.
out of Rams gonna kick the shit out of Falcons. Falcons might lose five, 6 straight.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Rams.
That's unanimous. Bengals and the Cowgirls.
Bengals.
Bengals,
That's unanimous. Cardinals, Raiders.
Raiders,
Raiders.
Raiders.
Texans, Broncos.
Broncos,
Texans look pretty tough, but I got the Broncos.
And Bears and the Packers.
I'm going with the Pack. They bounce back. The Bears
You
didn't
got
let you win. Like I said, I didn't.
where
see
they playing at?
I'm thinking in Lambeau.
It's hard to see them losing.
All right,
two
Drew,
in
you
a
got
row.
you got me right. He's out. He was at Oklahoma. Russell Shepard. You right?
All right, yeah. I'm gonna go with the Bears for the upset, dog.
The Bears to beat
Titans.
the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Titans and Bills.
Buffalo all day.
Well, it's hard to go against Buffalo after that opening week, man. I'm going with
Now
the
look,
Bills.
there's 2 Monday night games, right? But
Right.
this really the fucking game. The Vikes and the Eagles, nigga. Who you got?
Vikings gonna beat the shit out of the Eagles. Vikings ready, bro. Good.
I got the
gracious.
Eagles. I'm gonna take the Eagles in that.
Where they playing at?
Think in Philly.
Dude. Fucking Jefferson.
They gotta play
That dude
defense
there.
too.
That
That's
dude
a
there is
tough
something
one,
else.
dog.
That dude there is something else, bro.
I'm gonna
And
go
Dalvin Cook.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings on that one too.
The reason I'm going with the Vikings because Philly always have problems with running backs that can catch out the backfield, and Dalvin Cook he probably the best complete back other than Kamara. That motherfucker there is everything. So I'm gonna take the Vikings.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna roll with the Eagles on that one. Good show, man. We could get out the door. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button, share the shit,
Oh,
hit us up.
Chief
Yeah.
Juice said before we go, do I have any inside info on getting any Choctaw paperwork? All you need is to go back to see where your family was living during the times of like the 1830s to like maybe 1900s, right? Whatever tribe was living, because people didn't live across the street from just anybody. They only lived in their fucking communities. Whatever community they lived in, look at the address, look at and go to your whether it's the parish records or whether it's the vital records and the older black churches, you can get everything you need from them.
And on that one, baby. Hatchback of the ENT, Ren, aka Who That, myself, Benjamin S. Shouts out to Caveman. It's the Rounds Podcast.
Look, before we leave, thank y'all for rocking with us. Keep rocking with us. You heard me. We got some special shit coming up for y'all this season, so just stay tuned. You heard me, and we gonna hit y'all with that hot shit.
Yeah. Well,
Make sure y'all give it up.
That's right.
All right, you good.
If you like the content, make sure you like, share, and subscribe.